Okay, so we're going to edit the AW139 window tint today. Two disclaimers here. Number one, I apologize for the resolution. I have a 47-inch monitor, so I've had to kind of stretch the display capture out in my recording software. Number two, I'm going to be using GIMP, and I strongly recommend using GIMP because it is a free image editing software that's comparable to something like Photoshop, and it's what I know how to use. So first, we're going to File and Open, and we're going to navigate to our AW139, and we're going to find the livery that we want to edit, which in this case, we're going to go to the Bristow today because it's got dark tint, and we're going to look for this document here. Now, this could be a PNG. In this case, it's a DDS file. We can work with either one of those, and we're going to open that. They'll both be the same. We get a little pop-up window here asking us if we want to automatically decode all the information. Yes. Now, if it's a PNG, we'd have one layer. If it's a DDS, we have all of these mini maps here. So what we're going to do here is we are going to start at our main layer. We're going to go over here to our free select tool, and then here are our window tints here. And as you can see, they're very dark. In this case, these windows here represent the windows that are on the front and sides of your pilot and co-pilot. These are the passenger windows. So in this case, we're going to edit all of these windows. If you only wanted to edit the windows that you're looking out of and leave your passenger windows dark for privacy, then you would basically exclude this window from the selection process. So let's go ahead and begin by grabbing all of these windows here with a lasso. And we're being careful not to grab other parts of the livery here. We just want the windows. So we're ignoring that fire. I think it's a fire or a bell. Either a raft or a float or fire suppression system there. We're ignoring that. So now we've got this selected. We're going to go up here to edit, and we're going to cut this out of the fuselage. Without selecting anything or doing anything else, we immediately go to paste as and a new layer. This now separates our window tint. And I'm just, for convenience sake, editing that layer. You don't have to do that. Now, this is just as simple in GIMP as this opacity slider here. We make sure that our window tint layer is the one selected. That's denoted by this little box around the eye and this white box around the layer. And then we just slide our opacity slider. And that's as simple as it is. Less tint, more tint. When you've got it the way that you want it, you've got two options here. We can go to File and Export As, and we can change this to a PNG file, and no other action would be required. We'd want to go ahead and pull this DDS file out, and a PNG will work just fine. I believe typically X-Plane will look for PNG files first, then DDS files second, but I'd always recommend removing the DDS if you're going to convert to PNG, and that is it. That is the only step you have to do. Now, if you want to go ahead and convert it back to a DDS, there's a couple extra steps in GIMP. First, we're going to go over here and right-click, and we're going to merge this layer down. So we've merged our window tint back down into the main layer, as you can see here. The second step we need to do is we need to remove all of these mini-map layers. You can't have any mini-map layers in GIMP. It's one of the deficiencies of GIMP right now in this current version, but hey, it's free, so how much can you complain? So we go through and we delete all of these mini-map layers. And again, if you export via PNG, you do not have to do these steps. Now we go to File, and Export As. We're going to export it as a DDS file. So we're going to click the Export. File already exists, I know. So we replace that. And then now GIMP is going to give us this window here. And this is the most difficult step. Compression. We're going to go to BC1/DXT1. We do not do anything with format. We do not do anything with save. With minimaps, we are going to generate those pesky annoying minimaps again. And then we are going to click export. And that is it. The window tint is now changed. And if you don't like that level, you can then go back and change it again and again. My suggestion would be, before deleting all of these layers, go ahead and export this as a PNG file until you and then experiment. Load the aircraft, look at the window tint, come back in here and change this layer, and then export it against a PNG. And then once you get it the way you absolutely, or the way that's satisfactory to you, then you can come back in and delete all the mini maps and go through that more comprehensive export process as a DDS file. But again, it doesn't matter whether it's a DDS or PNG. Thanks for watching.